in Python, Colombia. I've been doing a talk online the last year in Bogota, and here in Medellin. I'm very happy. So, okay, we have slides problems, not a problem. The last couple of weeks, I was thinking how to start this talk, and suddenly it came up to my mind this young Guido writing the first version of Python. Remember, Python was built in 1991. Guido was working in the Amoeba distributed system, and I start wondering if he is thinking, writing the first version of Python, if he realized how could he transform the world 40 years later. When I keep thinking about that, I had perhaps this click, okay. Cable problems, usual thing in conferences, no problem. So, after thinking about that, I start thinking in the founders of Mercado Libre and how they had a clear mission to transform people's lives in Latin American region. Remember, we were talking about 1999, the way 2K was a thing, the dot-com fever, no high-speed internet, no Facebook, no TikTok, no LLMs, no ChatGPT, a pretty different world. Actually, that was how the homepage of Mercado Libre looks like then. So, this talk is Pythonic transformation at Mercado Libre from code to job opportunities. Okay, we're having trouble with the slides. No matter, you can see the slides later in the talk. I will share a link, no problem. So, the last week I was in the office working together, and a colleague of mine, Chevy, approaches to me and say, "Hey, Leco," because in Mercado Libre, everyone called me as Lecovi, or someone says that Leco is shorter because Lecovi is too long, of course. And he asked me, what programming languages do we use in Mercado Libre? After talking about a little bit of what programming languages do we use in Mercado Libre? So, I went back to home, and that questions keep running in circles down my mind. What programming languages do we use? Of course, I know what programming languages do we use in Mercado Libre, but I started to think what we use in the first 25 years of history that Mercado Libre had. So, do we succeed? No. No problem. Okay, yeah. So, I started to think, okay, I have to dig in what happened in the first 25 years. So, I talked to the most experienced guys and people who work in Mercado Libre, and everyone provided me different perspectives, different views and ideas of what happened back then. So, oh, I lose the clicker. So, talking to them that allows me to, oh, come on, guys. Thank you. Big applause for the MacBook that is going well. Thank you. I could able to build in my mind a timeline of what happened in the first 25 years. And the first version of Mercado Libre was a boxed proprietary software built in PHP. And for what they say, it was a pretty Rust, pretty basic software. And I had no problems with PHP, but the software was not fit for Mercado Libre needs. So the idea behind Mercado Libre was to build a company that lasts, to build a world class. And the founder team realized that we need to incorporate, to add the technology to that. So remember, I was talking about 1999, okay? It's not happening, yeah? Okay, no problem. It was 1999, there is no cloud. We had our own data center with a Sun microsystem running a Solaris operative system, and an Oracle engine with a database, and we start building our own business logic using PL/SQL. Yes, PL/SQL, using store procedures to provide the business logics and the business features that we need. Almost 10 years, the company growth, the business growth, the technology stays the same. We use PL/SQL, was a big monolith and a monorepo, and with that growth of the business, we started to need more features. So the technology team started to think to add another technology. The one selected is Java. We start to migrate old plain Java, simple, no frameworks, to start translating and migrating the store procedures in the Oracle DB into Java method and classes and functions, okay? There is pretty nice pictures in my slides, but you can see it later. Don't worry about it. So the Java monolith start to build, to growth, and to and to provide more features, and then after that, the business started to grow very quickly, and the product team became eager to have new features. So the tech team proposed that it's going to be a good idea to use a web framework. And there is a kind of cold war between two facts. I promise, no one get hurt, no one get injured in those battles, just the egos of someone's. But there is no problem with that. So there's a group of people that wants to build the features using Ruby on Rails, and another group of people try to use Groovy on Rails, also known as Rails. The winner was Rails because the similarity, or the syntax similarity with Java, it runs in the JVM, so it finally became a thing to use the Rails solution. With that in mind, we started to build the Melee cloud. So the cloud was a thing. We started to run our own servers using OpenStack, and with those things, we started to add different technologies. We started to add. We started back then using microservices and the mobile revolution inside Mercado Libre, and we started to add different technologies. We started to use Golang, and many Python, also Ruby, and many. The idea behind the technology in Mercado Libre is that every single team is like a startup, and they can have the liberty to deliver the features in what they believe is best. With that strategy in the cloud, it went pretty wild. We don't have video. Hey, Mac. So Okay, we have it. Yeah, we're back. The thing's gone pretty wild because everyone, it's like chaotic. Everyone wants to build something new and wants to provide their solution. So we start to having diversity problems, not in diversity and inclusion problems, of course, but because just problems with the diversity of technology that we had. So that became us a little inefficient because we invest many time discussing things that didn't provide real value to the business. We invest time in discussions that we do it in one technology and another, and that removes out of focus. So we need to build something different. That's how we are today, the current situation of the programming languages evolutions inside Mercado Libre. After all this journey, Fury came to life. I see many people laughing here because they know Fury, but because they work with Fury. It's our custom internal development platform. Remember, I was talking about 10 years ago, internal development platform was not even a thing. Platform engineering is doesn't even exist like a concept. But the idea behind is that you had an opinionated platform. Yes, we have strong opinions on how you can use the platform, but to let you focus on the real value. I see this similarity with how many of you use black to beautify your code. Before black, many of us were discussing if the answer goes here or there or whatever. Now you use black and you don't discuss anymore. Yeah? So that's the same thing. And also provide us controlled freedom. Yeah? You have your boundaries, it's fair. You can play around here with no problems. Okay? Let's recap. 25 years ago, Mercado Libre was found. It's a big monolith with different technologies. A couple of years later, we have the IPO, it started to grow, it started the microservices, it started the work in the mobile business, and then Fury appears, and we started to grow. Fury let us build everything related with machine learning and data applications. That's the last point. What's our IT motto? We believe that we need to build strong capabilities to build to last, that provide the foundations to thin products that could easily be replaced if the business needed. So we try to build strong capabilities that work in the mid-long term to provide useful products to the user. So Fury is our platform, is in the bottom layer of that. What things Fury provides to us and to our developer teams? Fury has a web UI, a back office, many services, databases, message queues, relational databases, traffic layers, metrics. We have toolkits, a CLI. The main idea behind Fury is to have an abstraction layer between the developer teams, the development team, and the services behind it. So we have the compute services, the data management services, the software development, and we provide, as a platform team, an abstraction layer to the developer team. We are able to go in production in 6 simple steps. First, you have to select the application type and your language. Here are many of the options. Then you have to clone your repository using the Fury CLI that clones your repo and builds the scaffolding that you need to build the application. If you check the hour, I did it yesterday because I love to procrastinate the things, so I did this, and we get the repository, we clone it, the initial scaffolding is working in your local machine, and then you, of course, develop and code in whatever IDE you want. Here is a picture of VS Code, but you can use whatever you want. After that, you need to create a web scope, that is, the instances needed to provide your code to production. Then you have to make your pull request. You open up PR, you create a version of your code that will run the pipeline and the life cycle and the checks. Everything needs to be green to get a real version. And we are providing more and more checks to be more compliant with what we want. And finally, deploy a version, a function version, a production version with a custom domain inside our network. Yeah? You see, Fury provides us the repository, the pipeline, the infrastructure, the traffic management, the quality checks, the linting, the metrics, the strategies, the deployment strategies. Hopefully this example doesn't have any errors, but they do happen. So if an error appears in the deployment, Fury takes back and takeovers and auto roll back to the previous version, so we don't have to cut the service. We have monitor and control during the deployment. We are able to view what's happening and look at you as a developer. You don't have to access the AWS console or the GCP console or whatever. Okay. We have predefined metrics. We have we can check the cost. We have actionables. See. Yeah. You take care of what is happening and check this is oversized infrastructure. You can reduce it, reduce cost. Don't waste money. Yeah. We can check the system because we have a lot of microservices and they connect each other, and how are we using this is to check how they communicate each other, because perhaps one team expose an API, another team start to consume it and nobody knows. Here is how we know it. Fury provides us many features. Remember, 10 years of building. But let me show you some numbers to get the picture of the scale of Mercado Libre. Right now, Fury supports 30,000 applications running right now. The last month, we had 5,000 deploys with a growth of 10 and 15% month over month. Fury supports 9 million requests per minute, and we provide this to 10,000 engineers working in Mercado Libre. I didn't hear the applause. Yeah. Come on. To reach that slide, now just for... last year I was checking, I was giving a talk on how we did the migration to Poetry. Yes, that was started in the 2020. The 2020 was a year when I started working in Mercado Libre. We, in the technology team, in the IT and product team, we were 5,000 people. Now we are 17,000 people. We growth 3 times. It growth 4 times the number of applications written in Python. It's the top #1 language today used. The second one is Golang, and the third one is Java. They're pretty close, but I have to say it in Python is the #1 language used, and here are our applications. We can build web applications using Flask, Django, and Fast API. The only official one is Flask. I'm sorry, Sebastian, if you are here. I tried, but we can make toolkits, SDK, and packages, and of course the Fury applications, the Fury data application. There is a lab, and we have jobs, we have MPIs, and many more that I couldn't do. And of course, we have a playground to have fun in the chat and vision with generative AI. Yesterday, I asked to provide me with a picture of you guys hearing me this talk. So this is what Dolly did for us. So here, there you are. So I started my talk talking about Guido and the founders. And this conference started with Olga and Q talking about technology and meaning. We are building this because Mercado Libre works and operates in all Latin American region, and the reason behind that is 67,000 employees are working directly with Mercado Libres, but 1.8 million families had their primary incomes with the Mercado Libre operations. So 674 jobs are created per day because of Mercado Libre operations. What I'm trying to say with this is, perhaps you have an idea that's going to change the world, going to change your reality, going to change the those who surround you. I encourage you to implement that idea. Or if you don't have that idea like Guido, please do it, because everyone can use it and can change the world and shape the next future. If you want to know more about the story of Mercado Libre, you can hear the podcast called Escaladores in Spotify. It's pretty interesting. It's telling the real story about these guys, telling what happened in the first 25 years. It's in Spanish, I can tell you that, but it's pretty interesting. So, thank you very much.